In our Sustainability Perspective series, complementing the Sustainability Awards 2021 and the Sustainable Packaging Summit, we're sharing interviews with thought leaders from across the packaging value chain. And I'm delighted to speak today with Torsten Sauer, who is Sustainability Director at Syntegon, which is one of the most well-known companies in packaging engineering, and as I guess most of you know, until recently known as Bosch Packaging Technology. Torsten, thanks so much for joining me today.
Tim, hello. Thank you for the nice introduction. My name is Torsten Sauer. I've been in the industry for 20 years now, working for Bosch Packaging Technology, as Tim already announced, now Syntegon technology in the packaging area. And for a few years now, I've been heading the sustainability activities at Syntegon, which is indeed a strategic project. So we are reporting directly to our CEO. It's a company value to be sustainable and to be leader in sustainable packaging. So, and I have the pleasure today to talk with you, Tim, about sustainable packaging at Syntegon.
Thank you, Torsten. That's a great introduction. So as an engineering company, Syntegon has a role in obviously supporting brand owners and converters in achieving their sustainability objectives. I'd like to get into the details of how you provide that support later on in the interview. But to start with, I'd like to ask you about what those sustainability objectives are. What are the objectives your customers are facing? As we know, sustainability itself has multiple aspects, and sometimes there are tensions between the different goals that they're trying to reach. What do you see driving sustainability from your vantage point in the value chain?
Tim, that's a very interesting question. Everyone is talking about sustainability. But what is it? There are many opinions. I believe we all remember these ugly pictures going around the world a few years ago, showing sea turtles, dolphins, and fish in plastic nets or with a lot of plastic around them. So I believe this was one major driver where the sustainability discussion started. So truly, it's in the first place an emotional discussion. We can argue, is plastic waste from plastic packaging, is it a lot or not? Fact is, end consumers don't want it anymore. So we have one aspect, which is avoiding plastic packaging, avoiding plastic waste, which is a major driver. Recently, we have seen that other aspects come also on the table, like CO2 footprint, like life cycle analysis, looking at the whole picture, which is of course a more complex task, but of course also more fact-based. In the end, however, as we see it today, and we will see further in the discussion, avoiding plastic waste, I believe, is still the major driver of the activities we see. When we at Syntegon arrange our activities, of course, we also have to decide how to support our customers, how to advise. And having all these opinions on the table, we believe in circular economy. And we orientate ourselves along the waste hierarchy of the EU. Our contribution is in this avoidance. There we can contribute with less material, wide-size packaging, thinner material, less material, and with recycling, using recycled paper or recyclable monoplastic material. This is how we believe we can contribute, as of today, best to support sustainable targets of our customers.
Thanks, Torsten. And as you support customers along these sustainability journeys towards realizing their goals, what are the particular pain points and barriers that need to be confronted?
Yeah, it's also a very good question. When I talk to our customers, to project teams, to project leaders, to management, I have the feeling these guys have a really hard time. Remember now, for years we've been told never change a running system. But that's exactly what these people are told to do, change a running system. Packaging material have been validated, optimized for 50 years. Packaging styles are here. And now these guys are asked to change this all. And this is quite a complex task. So while switching only material may sound easy, looking at the whole picture is much more complex. So what we see, of course, is it should work. Risk mitigation. changing from one proven material to a new one should not lead to less product protection, which is of course key, but also like things like customer acceptance, noise, haptic play an important role. So risk mitigation is one point. And of course, then now deciding for a solution in the dynamic of all the environment with all fast changing regulation, new technologies and materials coming to the market almost every day. And also stakeholders and customers' perception with a high dynamic. It's important to be future-proof, deciding for a solution today and be able to use the same solution tomorrow or be able to switch to a different solution without major investment is another point. So we have risk mitigation, we have future-proof, but there's one third aspect, I believe. While in the beginning, cost didn't seem to matter much when we were talking about sustainable lighthouses, bringing sustainable solutions to the market, advertising them. Now cost matter indeed. So we also have to look at the business case. End users want sustainable solution, but they don't want to pay more. Production wants to switch to sustainable materials, but they still have to maintain their OEE, their efficiency. So in the end, sustainability should also provide a sound business case. And I believe these are three major pain points which we are feeling today from the market and which we are addressing with our sustainable solutions.
Yes, and I can appreciate with the third point that you made about business case that perhaps a decade ago sustainability was a value added, a differentiator, whereas now it's really a question of basic business hygiene, isn't it? So if everyone is presenting relatively sustainable options, then the cost becomes once again a major differentiator, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
So, and could you tell us a little bit more then about how these challenges and objectives feed into Syntegon's own strategies? How can an organization with engineering expertise help customers navigate around the barriers that you've just described?
Yes, of course. Now, with a changing environment, also we have to redefine our offerings, our proposals, what our value add to the market. And while we are known as machine manufacturer, providing hardware, machinery, and equipment to our customers, bring them to the market and allow them to produce safely and efficiently, with sustainability, the game has changed. In the past, packaging materials, packaging style were all defined. We were asked to provide machinery. Now, with all these dynamics and new technologies, we believe we can contribute much more, and that's what we have been investing in during the last few years, building know-how to be able to support our customers along the whole journey, starting with the first idea, with the first challenge of, let's say, I want to switch to more sustainable material. I'm looking for a sustainable packaging solution, or which material would be the right one to use for my product. We can be now the partners to support our customers, answering exactly these questions. And starting from consulting, looking at materials, lab analysis, machine testing, all the way through to in the end, hardware, which we deliver, and of course, to the final product on the shelf, what we call from idea to shelf. That's what we offer.
Thank you. And yeah, I'm interested in delving slightly deeper into the question of new ideas. At Packaging Europe, we're always very interested in the implications of the strategic challenges for technological advance. And I wonder if you can give us an insight into Syntegon's R&D strategy and perhaps some insights and glimpses into the innovation that you have on the horizon or just beyond it.
Tim, thank you for giving me the keyword of speaking in horizons. So if I follow your wording of horizon, what we experience now is horizon number one. Horizon 1 is providing solution to change existing machinery, existing technology to be able to process sustainable materials. That's what we are doing right now. And we can say for all of our technology, we are able to provide sustainable solutions in paper and monoplastics. I have some examples here, which you can see. So all kinds of vertical bags, flow wraps, in any kind of materials we are able to provide even today. And what's important is not only on new machines, but also as retrofit options. Because we see our customers with all their brownfield equipment, they don't want to kick out all this machinery, only to switch to a sustainable material. So we need to provide solutions that are able to run on their existing equipment. So this is one important point. Be able to process all existing materials, sustainable materials efficiently on existing machines. Now let's look a little ahead. Having done so, I believe the market is urgently looking for solutions which are both attractive and sustainable, be innovative and sustainable. Tick in other boxes of global trends like urbanization, portion packs, single serve, and still be sustainable. And we have one development, for instance, which I can show here, which is our shaped paper pot, which is creating a paper package out of a flat sheet of paper. It's a joint development with Billerud to use their fiber from paper and create something which is new, innovative, sticks out on the shelf, but still is sustainable. So in Horizon,
this was, sorry to interrupt, but this was one of the winners in the Sustainability Awards in 2020, and very excited our judges to see that as well.
Oh, thank you very much. Yes, thank you for your congratulations. We are very happy to have received this award for this packaging style. So this is what we believe is Horizon 2, to question existing packaging and reduce package material, create new package style, always thinking about how can I be more sustainable and still answer to other market needs. And then further ahead, I think we will experience that the product itself is changing, not only the packaging. What we see right now that liquids are turned into dry products, replacing bottles with another type of package, which could be, for instance, fiber form again, or could be a bar style. So this is something where we also are working on, is providing also for the solution, not for tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, Horizon 3 solution. So I believe we have a full pipeline, and we can offer right now to talk to our customers, to brands and producers, how to step into this roadmap of developments and be prepared for 2022 with Horizon 1 solution, and 2025 and years to come with all the other new innovative solutions.
That's really fascinating to hear. And I think we're all aware that the packaged goods landscape is on the brink of transformation in so many ways. And as you said, for example, concentrated products and reuse systems and things like that. So it's really interesting to hear that you're actively participating in those industry-wide conversations about what packaging in the future will look like. So I have time for one final question, Torsten. I was wondering whether you had any words of advice to brands and producers out there who want to work seriously on sustainable packaging solutions. What would your final words of wisdom be for them?
The easiest one would be talk to us. But of course, things are a little more complex. What we experience very often is that brands and producers say, I want a new material. So they start switching material, testing the materials on their own machines. That might be successful, but also takes a lot of capacity in production and often might not succeed. So what we experience right now and what I would strongly advise is talk to strong partners. This can be material suppliers, it can be machine producers like us, or ideally to both. What we always propose is the triangle of cooperation. Brand, material supplier and machine manufacturer to work together to find a working solution. And then before you go into production line, why not using our lab analysis, making sure the material has the potential and capacity to work for your needs? Why not use our machine test center to have the material tested outside of your production facility, avoiding downtime in your production, using specialist know-how to make it run. And once we know it works, we will transfer the solution onto your equipment, enabling a vertical startup in your production. So no matter what your question is, are you looking for a generic sustainable solution? Are you more advanced, looking only for material selection? Come to us, talk to us. We are here and standing ready to talk about sustainable solutions just with you.
Thanks very much, Torsten. And I'm afraid that's all we have time for now. If you're interested in this topic, you can listen to and engage with sustainability pioneers and thought leaders from different points in the value chain via our year-round series of virtual, at the moment still virtual, Sustainable Packaging Summit panels and workshops. These are available to watch live or on demand via the event platform packagingsummit.earth/join, or details can be found on the Packaging Europe website and LinkedIn page. For now, thanks very much for watching, and thanks so much, Torsten, for joining me today.
Tim, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for guiding me through this interview. Everyone else,
thank you.
Good luck. Take care.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.